Okay, welcome back to our PCM career mode. In the last episode, we started the second Grand Tour of the season, the Tour de France 2028 in Uruguay, and we did the first 12-ish stages. And our race started off pretty strongly with solid results in the first 3 days, but it took until stage 9 to actually win a stage. And after 12 stages, we are still on 1 stage victory. And well, that's a problem, because our sponsor objective for this race is winning 3 stages at the Tour de France, so we've got 2 to go. Anyway, let's start off with stage 13, a mountain stage, only 64 kilometers, so I don't really feel the breakaway here. Tadej Pogacar is the favorite, and I think I agree. Anyway, I'll try my best. Oh, we're starting pretty much at the front with Kubish and Pericas, so what if I try to go in the breakaway on this stage? Come on boys, let's try. Wait a second, Romain Grégoire, 13 GC, tries to join the breakaway in the white jersey. Sorry bud, you're putting a target on our backs. Roglic, McNulty, Tom Pidcock, Miss Pedersen, what a crazy breakaway. And Grégoire, I gotta repeat, is 13 GC. Actually a pretty solid climb this first one, and Kubish is feeling that because he's dropping from the breakaway. Might as well pull him back to the peloton because he's not getting back to the front of the race. Pericas is holding on though. Into the downhill with these 15 riders in the breakaway, 5 minutes on the peloton right now, but I forgot to go for the KOM points with Pericas, so that's a bit of a mistake because I've got that jersey now. By the way, after this first climb, the peloton is completely in pieces to the point that the yellow jersey group is only 34 riders, and wait a second, being led by Saint-Michel Aubert? That's crazy! Anyway, the breakaway is on the second climb of the day, the Col de Peresurde, 8 kilometers, 7.5%, so let's keep ourselves safe in the group. Can I just point out, Florian Lipovic is in the breakaway with 81 mountain stat. That is just crazy. Pericas also has 81 on the day though, so we're feeling okay. Wait, what? Jarno Wieder has 82 mountain in this breakaway? I'm doomed. I'm so doomed. Let's get ready for the KOM sprint, and we've got some moves right here. Let's try to follow Van Wilder right now, and let's try and out sprint him on the line there if we can. Wait. Right now, let's go all out, and let's hope we can get a good result here. Grégoire versus Pericas, we're not gonna get a good result here. Ay. Running out of energy before the line, so I don't think any points. Okay, starting the final climb, Luchon Super Bannière, and immediately attacks from the get-go. 16k at 7%, and Grégoire with a gap immediately, so that is painful. I'm trying to do my own tempo, but I don't really want to get dropped either. But I swear they just keep on attacking the entire climb so far, and Uiterbrooks and Grégoire have a gap now on us, so where do they get the energy? There we go, Pericas, stay in the wheel, buddy, stay in the wheel. Yes, you're spending red and yellow bar, but it's worth it for the draft. Grégoire has been caught, and new attackers right now. Tom Pidcock off the front with 75 mountain, that's a bit understated. I swear this climb so far is everybody attacking, and I'm just pacing 85 the entire time, which is probably going to blow me up. Roughly 6.5 kilometers to go. I'm still holding on, but towards the back of the group right now. My yellow bar is not looking fantastic, but I gotta keep on following the group. There goes Grégoire once again. Paul Sixas also present in the group. What a breakaway! How am I supposed to be competitive against these guys? Like, I think I'm playing this climb as best as I can, to be honest, but we are really not competitive against Lipovic, Uiterbrooks, and Paul Sixas with 80 mountain. I'm hoping to get as close as possible and maybe compete, but I don't see it happening. Look at our yellow bar. It's gone. Lipovic, Paul Sixas, and Uiterbrooks are fighting for the stage win, and it looks like Lipovic is gonna get it. Or is Paul Sixas coming around? I think Paul Sixas has it, but we are also in the final kilometer, getting dropped by the third group, and I gotta say, I think I played this climb perfectly, so there's nothing else I could have done here. We are simply not good enough to compete for even a top 10 in this breakaway. Yeah, we don't get a top 10. We finish 11th, just ahead of Pidcock. That is a shame. By the way, in the peloton, Tadej Pogacar has attacked, and Jonas Vingegaard is the only rider left in the wheel. All the rest is gone, and I assume Pogacar will drop him on the finish line. Let's take a look. Final K right here, and Jonas tries to come around, but Pogacar is gonna beat him, and behind them we've got Remco Evenepoel, Enric Mas of all people, and then the rest of the GC riders right here. By the way, I think Pericas might jump into the top 10 of GC after this stage. Ooh, we actually don't. From 14th to 11th right now, so just outside of the top 10, but Jonas Vingegaard is now 9th in GC, 1 second ahead of his teammate Lipovic. What's happening at Visma? And of course that's mostly because of the breakaway, because Romain Grégoire is the new yellow jersey of this Tour de France. Honestly, crazy stage that. And talking about crazy stages, look at this one, stage 14, 6 categorized climbs in Andorra, next to Patrick's house. Of course Pogačar is the favorite, and our strategy is once again going in the breakaway with Perikas or Jakob Omerzel, but only 77 mountain there. Anyway, let this party begin. So not starting exactly at the front, so that's a bit of a bummer, but we've got Perikas close to the front at least, so let's try and move up. Come on buddy, find a way through, find a way through. There we go, Perikas into the attack. Please let me go. Is there a way for me to get Omerzel in the breakaway as well? Come on, don't get blocked. And there comes the attack. Let's go. Over the top of this climb, but a minute behind the front of the race, so we're not exactly doing great. But instead of going 85 in the downhill, I think I'll try to go on 25 maintain position, recover as much as possible, and then go ham on the climb again. There we go. That is the downhill. Back up to 75, I think, and let's try and catch up with the rider ahead. Here we go. That is perfection. Perikas is in the breakaway. But Omerzel is kind of in a chasse patate a minute behind this breakaway, so I'm not sure he'll make it. Wait a second. The second climb in the stage is the first mountain I ever climbed, called Ordino. Honestly, I've got such fond memories of that. To be honest, we just passed the third climb of the day, and Omerzel is still stuck ahead of the peloton behind the breakaway, so I think I'll put him on automatic because he's not going to the breakaway anyway, and I'll focus on Perikas. But next up is a massive climb, Alto de la Colmeia, and it's actually super steep. It's also out of category, so 20 points for KOM. But on this climb, Pablo Castrillo is pacing like crazy for Enric Mas in this breakaway. So many good climbers in the break, once again like Pidcock, Parepantre, Carlos Rodriguez. It just keeps going. The fact that I have to go 86 halfway the climb already shows how difficult it is for Perikas to be competitive in breakaways like this. In the last K to the top, and we've been gapped by the breakaways, so we definitely won't be fighting for the KOM points, but there's nothing I can do. I'm simply not strong enough. Now the second last climb, the Col de la Rabassa, and the first half of that is once again super steep. Perikas is fully recovered, but the peloton is only 3 minutes behind, so I'm not sure this breakaway is gonna make it. Okay, that steep section is behind us, and we're still pretty comfortable in the breakaway with half a yellow bar, so Perikas is doing alright now. But a minute 40 only behind us is the peloton with Pogačar and Visma Leasebike pacing, so oh shit, they're gonna win, I think. Last kilometer to the top as we speak. I'm gonna start my sprint on the left side with Perikas for the KOM point, and I might actually win this one. Downhill and ooh, that's a close one with Parepantre. Yeah, we got second there behind Parepantre, so 8 points. We'll take a look at the KOM standings after the stage. Okay, time for the final climb. 15 kilometers, the Galina climb. We've got 2 minutes on the peloton now, and we're lapping people right now, so that is low-key funny. Perikas is still in the group, and we've got yellow bars, so I'm not too sad about this. But attacks are already starting behind us. Lipovic attacks and Pogačar in the wheel, and they're gonna fly towards us. Tadej Pogačar is dropping Lipovic, and the gap towards the breakaway is going down to 40 seconds, and they're attacking me here as well, so I'm gonna start doing my own tempo for 12k. Gotta say, with all the riders we are lapping, this is super chaotic right now, but Pogačar is about to catch up with Perikas, and we're not too far behind. There we go, Pogi is with us. Let's try and maintain position on 85 and not relay with the man, because it's Pogačar. I'm literally having to go 88 right now to follow the wheels, so the man is flying, but now we are in the breakaway and the tempo goes down, so that is good. Oh shit, Pogačar goes again, and I'm struggling to follow 87, buddy. 87, don't let the gap open up, and the gap is opening up, and I don't have yellow bar for this anyway, so I need to drop my tempo to make sure I can reach the finish line. Anyway, Perikas tried his best, but everybody else here is riding away from us. Lipovic as well getting dropped, so maybe overextended by attacking at the foot of the climb. With about 2 kilometers to go, Pogačar is storming up the climb, and Jonas is on a small gap of 8 seconds, so I think it's done. I think Pogačar's winning. Yes, indeed. Tadej Pogačar crosses the line and wins the stage. In the end, we finish 13th on the stage, and reality is when Tadej Pogačar catches your breakaway, there is nothing you can do, but also next to that, there's so many strong riders in the breakaways in this Tour de France that I just can't be competitive with Perikas, even if I play the stage perfect. Anyway, shockingly, Ilan van Wilder is now the new yellow jersey of this Tour de France, and Perikas accidentally ends up in the top 10. Hopefully that does not stop us from going in breakaways. I'm sorry, but what is this stage 15? A flat sprint stage with a mountain at the start. And of course, Paul Magnier is one of the most versatile sprinters in this race, so what if I blow up the climb? Like, sure, there's 150 kilometers of flat after the climb, but I reckon I'll still try. So the climb starts from the get-go, so I need to get to the front as soon as possible with Alvarez and start hammering it on 87, while my climbers like Romeo and so forth get to the front as well. There we go, Romeo is pacing, Omerzel to the front as well on 87. Come on, buddy, let's pace. Jonathan Milan is sitting in about 15th position at the moment, but let's hope we can drop him. In the last 10 kilometers of the climb, and my riders are actually almost done for when it comes to energy, so this is not really working because Milan is still sitting in 9th position. It's literally come to the point that Paul Magnier is pacing himself right now, and Milan is still looking fantastic. Oh, but that is Jasper Philipsen falling through the group as we speak. Come on, Magnier, pace a little bit longer on 70, a little bit longer. But I'm also straight up destroying my team. Alvarez, Watson, Romeo, Kubish, Morgado, Omerzel, they're literally all dropping. Ay, ay, ay. But I guess Jasper Philipsen is gone or something? Oh, Matthew Brennan is dropping, and is that Milan? Yes, it is. Jonathan Milan is dropping, but so is Magnier right now. He's empty, so this is not exactly going all right. Can I pace on 70 for a second to drop Milan, and then quickly go to protecting Magnier and take a look at the gap to Milan is a minute. So hopefully we can manage with this. This has to be the stupidest race situation ever so far, because Paul Magnier is still in the peloton with Perikas by his side, but yes, we dropped sprinters, including Jonathan Milan, but we don't have anyone to push now on the long, flat section afterwards to keep the gap to Milan, so there's no way this is gonna work. Oh snap, Omerzel passed Milan on the road and is now back in the peloton, so we've got an extra domestique. But as I feared, Jonathan Milan is also back in the peloton, so our plan failed in the last 15k of this sprint stage, and everybody came back after that climb, so it's a normal sprint. Morgado's trying to get our team to the front, and it's somewhat working. Going on to a bit of a climb now with 9 kilometers to go. Don't want to spend too much of my red bar, but everybody is flying up this climb, so I've really got no choice. Pacing 90 as we speak, and Milan is struggling to follow Pedersen there, so that's nice, but Morgado's also struggling to stay at the front, so this is really not going well. Like, I'm trying to recover my red bar as much as possible in this downhill. I've got too many riders in my train here as well, so Alvarez can move up as we speak. Energy gel too late on Magnier, so that is a complete waste. Last 2.8 kilometers, Alvarez can sprint. Watson in the wheel, let's try and go right now. Kubish in the wheel of that, ready to go right now. Magnier is ready, but we're so blocked in. We're so blocked in right now. This is a disaster. Ay, 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 ay. Kubish is gonna beat Magnier on the line here, so that is disappointing. And Philipsen wins, so yeah, that's a write-off. Finishing 5th and 6th in today's stage, but we were never in control in the last 5 kilometers with our lead out, so this is the result. And actually, stage 16 is once again a sprint stage, so we've had like a billion of them in this Tour de France. Milan is the favorite, but I'm gonna try and hope for a podium with Magnier. Last 4 kilometers on a small hill, so spending some red bar, which I don't like. Watson is next on 99 just before this corner, and Alvarez out of the way, buddy. Come on. Kubish is now looking solid in 2nd position, but we are losing positions with our train, so I don't like that. Watson can launch, Kubish can launch right now, Magnier in the wheel is ready to launch right now as well, and we'll try our best here. We've got Pedersen, Milan Magnier, Magnier gets 2nd place, so we've got our podium. I'm happy. And I think that's one of the first times in this entire Tour de France that we had a proper lead out. Oof, stage 17 is Mont Ventoux, and it's a Unipuerto stage, so flat before the last climb. Tadej Pogacar is the favorite, and literally the only way we can win this is from the breakaway, so we have to try. So let's try and use a tug buddy strategy. Watson can go to the front with Perikas in the wheel, and let's try and use Watson to get Perikas into the breakaway. A bunch of riders trying to join the breakaway, and there joins Watson and Perikas if we can, if we are allowed, and it looks to be possible. Actually, Groupama is pacing behind us together with Lotto. Why? This makes no sense, guys. And we've been caught. Like, I might as well try to attack again on the right side if I am... Oh my god, I'm getting blocked now by Dorian Godon. Really, buddy? Let's go to the left side of the road then and try again right now. Godon, don't block me, don't block me. Godon, please stop! Please stop it! Like, sure, we've got a gap, but we're also stuck in between the breakaway and the peloton. I don't think we're allowed to go in the breakaway today. Alvarez and Omerzel have been caught by the peloton again. The gap to the breakaway is now 16 seconds, and I've got Watson and Perikas ready for one last attempt. There we go, that break has been caught, so there comes my attack with Watson and Perikas now spacing on 85, and is there a response? Kung and only responding, and no one else spacing in the peloton. Let's try with some more. Alvarez and Omerzel, is that allowed? We've got... Ay, Dorian Godon, I hate you, buddy. Oh, because of Kian Uiterbroek's in 8th in GC and Perikas is in 9th in GC, so they're scared I will pass them. That actually makes sense. Anyway, our boys in the break are getting caught anyway, so I don't think this stage is going well at all for us. We're literally getting caught every time we attack. Anyway, just about halfway the stage now, and there's a breakaway. A one-man breakaway with 50 seconds, Rubio, so we can't do anything in the stage from the peloton, so the stage might as well be over for us. Okay, move on to the final climb is starting. 21k at 7.7%, and I'm gonna put my entire team on automatic because I'm okay with losing time. If anything, we need to lose time with Perikas because otherwise we're not allowed in breakaways. So yeah, I'm basically just a spectator watching the show, and UAE Team Emirates starts spacing at the foot of the climb for Pogacar. There we go, 12 kilometers to go, and the attack has come by Tadej Pogacar, and no one is following, so race over, question mark? Like, we've got some attacks behind Evenepoel, Van Wilder, Martinez, Vingegaard and so forth, but the gap is still 20 seconds, so I think Pogacar has this. But Remco Evenepoel is suddenly on 10 seconds only, so looks like he might be catching Pogacar. Okay, never mind, Remco has exploded and Tadej Pogacar has 36 seconds and is riding off to the victory and the yellow jersey on Move On 2. Here we go, that is the stage over. Tadej is now leading the race by 51 seconds on Remco Evenepoel and 2:52 on Jonas Vingegaard, and Perikas drops to 15 down 15 minutes, so free to go in the breakaway. Let's hope our next stage is one we can actually compete in. Ooh, stage 18, I like this, the Galibier as the final climb, but it looks like a breakaway mountain stage. So we gotta get as many riders as possible in the breakaway, for example Perikas, to get our second stage win. Okay, now we are at the front, so there comes the first breakaway with Alvarez and Perikas. Relay? I think I want to try and join with 3 more riders, Romeo, Morgado and Omerzel right now trying to bridge over the top of this little bump. But now Cofidis is closing us down with Aramburu of all people, so that is kind of devastating. But actually the break is kind of gone now, so let's try to bridge with my last 3 riders over the top of this bump, get everybody in the breakaway. So the stage start was pretty chaotic, but we've got in the breakaway now with 5 riders. That is Omerzel, Perikas, Manier, Romeo and Morgado. All the rest is still in the peloton 3 minutes behind. 17 riders in that breakaway, so I do think the break's gonna win. Now we're starting the first climb, the Col de Var, 12k 6.6% with a 2-minute gap on the peloton, so the gap has come down and I don't like that. Paul Manier is done for and dropping from this breakaway, Morgado as well, so we're losing riders quickly in the breakaway. Romeo is not looking fantastic either, but Omerzel's looking better than Perikas, so I think he's my leader. In the last 2k to the top, and it looks like I will lose Romeo as well, so that is not very likable. Omerzel can go up to 88, 89, 90. I want to try and get over the top with the front riders. There we go, over the top, not too hard when it comes to my effort, so let's drop it down to 85, and Perikas takes some KOM points, so that's nice. Okay, starting the next climb now, Col d'Izoard, 15k 7%, actually a pretty hard climb. Omerzel and Perikas looking pretty solid in this 11-man breakaway with a gap of 5 minutes now on the peloton, so it's looking a bit rosier for the breakaway. And sure, there's some strong competition in this breakaway like Uiterbroeks with 79 mountain, but it doesn't feel unbeatable either. Last 1 kilometer now to the top of this Izoard climb, and Perikas has to follow over the top because I want him for the last climb. Omerzel is climbing pretty fast to the top, so we will be in the breakaway. This is good. Let's sit up right now on 65. Now I gotta catch that front group first, and then I can sit up on 65. And Perikas is literally 25 seconds behind, so we'll catch up pretty easily, I think. And just like that, both riders are back in the breakaway, but Perikas is not that well recovered. Wow, before the final climb, people are attacking in this breakaway. Why would you do that? We are literally working together in the valley. I'm relaying with you guys. Why are you doing this? Can I get Perikas to follow Rubio and then Omerzel to follow Perikas? Is that a possibility? Not really. Let's get Perikas into the wheel of Alessandro Veri instead. Come on, guys. Bring us back. There we go. And the final climb is literally now starting, the Col du Galibier, and Perikas is done for thanks to those attacks, so that's actually not good for me. That's a move right there by Uiterbroeks, and I can't really follow that. I have to go 70 myself, my own tempo. And like, I'm trying to relay 68 in the second group here, but there's some anti-player bias here because nobody wants to work with me to close these 3 riders up front. Starting the steeper section of the Galibier, and the gap is like 1 minute 10, so I don't don't think we can do this. If anything, the peloton is now 2 minutes behind us, so we might not even survive in front of the peloton. 2.5k from the top, and Max van der Meulen is dropping the other breakaway contenders up there, and we are not that far behind, but my energy's done for, so stage is over. My yellow's gone, my red's gone, and the peloton are the favorites all right here, so... Ai ai ai. Jonas Vingegaard attacks behind with Remco Evenepoel, Pogacar and O'Connor, and they pass Omerzel on the road as if I'm standing still. Don't tell me Oyer Lascano, who I still forgot to delete from this database, is gonna win this stage. Please, someone stop him. Omerzel is actually in the second group right now, sprinting for his life for a decent position. Pogacar tried to catch Lascano, but he wins the stage and we finish somewhere in this second favorites group, so top 20 roughly? 14th place in the end, so quite disappointing. Like, our sponsor objective was getting 3-stage victories, and there's only 2 stages left after having 1 victory already, so we'd have to win both stages, which I just don't see happening. And with riders of the quality of Kian Uitenbroeks in the breakaway, it's simply impossible for us to win in these breakaways with Omerzel or Perikas. It seems like they're just not good enough. Actually, there's 3 stages left, not 2, but I still don't believe in our sponsor objective. We do have another brutal mountain stage on day 19 with the Col de la Croix de Fer followed by the Col du Galibier and then the Col de la Sarenne, which is actually just a different side to the Alpe d'Huez mountain, I think. As always, Steady Pikachu is the favorite, and I'll try my best from the breakaway with Perikas and Omerzel, but I'll be honest, my confidence is not very high at the moment. So, the stage has begun, starting off flat, so I've decided to put Alvarez at the front on Relay 85 to control brake formation a bit. That way I can attack once the climb starts. Okay, the climb is about to begin, so let's get my boys to the front as soon as possible, and Alvarez off the front on the right side of the road here. And can we get through on the left side? That is the plan. Come on, boys. Perfection. And now comes the attack together with Lipovic, so... that is such a strong rider in the breakaway. I'm already scared. Anyway, looks like our plan of getting in the breakaway this way is working. Morgado is pacing us on 90 towards the front group. And just like that, the breakaway is formed. 24 riders at the start of the first climb. Still about 9k to go on this climb and Morgado is off the back. So we've lost it on Mystique. Romeo is now protecting Perikas. 23 riders left in the breakaway. Oh, just before the top, we're losing Romeo as well. And Omerzel is also not looking fantastic. So we're suffering. Trying to make my way to the top in this front group. And Omerzel is about to drop as well just before the top, but that's fine because I think he'll come back. At least I hope so. Okay, in the descent and Omerzel is back, but the rest of my domestiques are basically gone, so Mr. Romeo is not coming back. At least I've got 1 domestique for Perikas. Time for the second climb to begin, the Col du Telegraphe followed by the Col du Galibier, so this will be monstrous. And is that an attack? No, it's pacing by Lipovic, so I'm gonna be in so much pain following that. 1 minute 24 only to the peloton led by the team of Lenny Martinez. This break is definitely not winning. Oh, an attack from the peloton towards the breakaway by Jarno Widar, 9th in GC, but 82 mountains, so I'm doomed. Honestly, if I can't win the stage, I might as well try to optimize my chances of winning KOM, so I'll try and do a lead out with Omerzel for Perikas. There we go, 1.5 kilometers to the top of the Telegraph, doing a fantastic lead out as we speak, and I'll try to launch right now with Omerzel. Maybe that's a mistake, maybe not, but I'm doing it anyway. And Perikas is about to launch right now, which is early to be honest. Ay, 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 this is gonna be painful, this is gonna be really painful. 400 meters to go, can I win this? Nope, 4th place. I bottled it. And the Galibier is such a massive mountain that I don't think I can take those KOM points with Perikas, so I don't think this is working. We're not even on the steepest section of the Galibier yet, and we've got Omerzel already dropping from that breakaway. An attack from behind though, Martinez and the rest of the GC favorites are right on his wheel, so the gap is like 50 seconds right now. And with 5k to go, Perikas is also dropping from this breakaway, trying to do his own tempo on 71, but that won't be a fantastic KOM result. Especially getting passed by Lenny Martinez in the last 2 kilometers as well, so another rider taking points away. Come on, Perikas, beat Castrillo, beat Castrillo. No, 6th position over the top, and we gain like barely any points. We're 2nd in KOM. 5.7 points behind Uitenbroeks. Anyway, the last climb is coming. We're together with... Oh, let's not drop, let's not drop, let's not drop. And Lipovic attacks us just when we're dropping. Why would he do that? I was about to say we're in like 6th position on the road. Now we're in like 8th position on the road. But I'll try to do my own tempo and try to get any KOM points. O'Connor and Sivakov have caught up with us, but we are catching Castrillo. So we are passing some riders on the road. But Tiberi and Kian Uitenbroeks, who is the KOM leader, have caught up with us. So that is bad news. Come on, Perikas, hold on to the wheel. We need Kian Uitenbroeks to explode here. Oh shit, that is happening. Uiterbrooks is done for, so let's keep on pedaling, Pericles. Get to the front, buddy, get to the front. João Almeida is leading the race with Widar and Rodriguez behind, and Stonemeted, Martinez, Lipovic. There's no KOM points left for us. There's 0 KOM points left for us, so this is a complete waste of time and energy. And actually, in the final 5 kilometers of this stage, Tadej Pogačar is attacking to my wheel and dropping me instantly. Ay ay ay. And the rest of the GC riders are here as well, so it's over. Here we are crossing the line, but I honestly don't even know where we finish. 25th place in the end, and I don't think I could have played that much better. We're now 17th place in GC and 2nd place still in KOM with only 7 points disadvantage, but I don't think there's a way we can get that back.
Moments later.
Oh shit, I've got a plan. Stage 20 is a mountain time trial with double Alpe d'Huez on the menu, and on the first Alpe d'Huez, there's 10 points available for KOM, so what if I just nuke the first climb? Honestly, I think that's the way to go. So guys, I did a bit of a dum-dum. I might have accidentally played through the time trial off camera without clicking record. The good thing is, everything we tried, going for the KOM points on the first climb, failed. So we did not win KOM, and Tadej Pogačar won the stage and will win the Tour de France. By 4 minutes and 2 seconds on Remco, 4 minutes 45 on Vingegaard, so pretty solid gaps. And yeah, Pericles finishes on 34 minutes and 20th in GC, but I don't care about GC. I'm more salty about the fact that we get 2nd in KOM on just 7 points. So close. I don't think I've been this frustrated at the end of a Grand Tour on PCM in a very long time. And sadly, while there's 5 KOM points available on the final stage, they're all a single point, so I can't get 7 points here. So yeah, Paul Magnier is our man for the final day. I want to try and get a stage win. And our man is actually in a fitness peak, so that's pretty nice. I'm not completely sure, but I think this might be the first time I'm playing through the Montmartre version of the Champs-Élysées. But I'm sorry, no offense to the stage maker here, but is this supposed to be the Champs-Élysées? It's like it's from AliExpress. Anyway, 14 kilometers to go, one time Montmartre, so let's get ready. Okay, 99 on Romeo onto the climb. Let's try and get to the front of the group as soon as possible and get ourselves in position and don't get blocked with Magnier. Over the top with my boys, 6.5 kilometers to go. Romeo on 99, still Morgado is in the wheel, can go 99 pretty soon, but I'm hoping that the peloton splits behind me and it's kind of working. Morgado on 99, now we've got limited energy on our team here, so I gotta be careful. 3.5 kilometers to go. Alvarez is ready. We don't have full red bars, so we gotta be careful. Watson is next, and he's going to launch his sprint right now. Kubic in the wheel, looking fantastic. Onto the AliExpress Champs-Élysées. Magnier's ready to come out of the wheel, and he goes with Brennan on the right side of the road, but Paul Magnier is gonna win on the Champs-Élysées, and that is lovely. I love that. We finally have our 2nd stage win. Before this stage, I was really frustrated with this Tour de France because nothing we were trying in the breakaway and so forth was working, but Paul Magnier getting the stage win, it makes me feel a little bit better. And of course, Tadej Pogačar is the winner of the Tour de France and brings home the maillot jaune. Keon Uiterbrooks, I don't want to talk about you. Jasper Philipsen takes the green jersey just ahead of Paul Magnier by 130 points, so a pretty decent margin. And the white jersey goes to 82 Mountain Jarno Widar ahead of Paul Sixas. Anyway, that brings our total to 2 stage wins in this Tour de France, which is still not enough. Because, well, our sponsor asked for 3 stage wins and we only got 2, so partial success. But I'm extremely hyped for our next episode. Because, well, transfer season is coming and I've got a bunch of riders with dossiers open that I want to try and sign, especially a go-to GC rider. Anyway, all of that is for next time. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.